Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Great Bend Batcat Baseball tonight. As tonight, the Batcats in 4 games in 4 days with a home game tonight against the Newton Rebels. Scott Hogan with you this evening. Again, bear with us. We again seems like we have internet issues. Hopefully, everything is ironed out here. If we go down, I'll get it back up as soon as possible. As the Batcats a big 22-6 win at Newton last night. As they'll try to sweep the season set from the Rebels. They've taken the first 3 games and go for the 4-game sweep. 13-8 overall, 12-6, half a game ahead of a Derby for second place in the Jayhawk right now. Everybody chasing the Monarchs. The Rebels are 4-15 and 4-14 in a Jayhawk play. Let's go ahead and switch our attention and see what's on the mind of head coach Roger Ward. Well, welcome into our pregame chat with head coach Roger Ward. Coach, back-to-back nights with the Rebels. Last night, the Bats really got going. 22-6 win up in Newton. So I'm sure you're happy with that. The flip side, the Rebels are going to remember that, and they want to come out and try to right the ship tonight.
Yeah, we had to come in here like last night didn't happen. I mean, it's a new day. Obviously, it can go either way for either team. After a game like that, they could either keep their daubers down or they can come out thinking, hey, we need to play a lot better than that. On the flip side, we handled them pretty good. And, players can have a tendency to come out and overlook somebody. Next thing you know, you're getting beat. So, we just reset, new day, new pitchers, new lineup, and let's go to work.
Cooper Annan on the mound tonight. Tell us what you'd like to see from him and how you think he's pitched so far this summer.
Well, he's pitched fine. He's a competitor. The only thing is he's struggled with his command a little bit. But, we knew that coming in. He's a big guy, a lot of moving parts, and trying to get to where he can repeat his delivery and be consistent with it is what he's working on this summer. So, he's always battled, usually into the 5th inning at least, I think, for us. And then he's up there in pitch count due to the lack of accuracy and being consistent. But, hopefully this outing he can be a little more consistent than last, give us 4-5 solid innings, and then reset and do it again next week. So hopefully we get a good outing out of him tonight.
Well, 4th game in 4 days, and I think the hottest game of the year. It's poking up around 100 here at first pitch, so that depth will certainly need to come into play tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and we're giving a couple of guys the night off that have played 2 or 3 nights in a row, and we do that anyway, not just because of the weather, trying to get guys at bats and stuff. But I noticed a few guys were a little bit slower today, and that can happen, but I always preach that the toughest team at the end of the year who can battle through this and stuff are going to be the teams that are standing. And when it comes down to crunch time, we have a 7-day in a row slate, and that's going to be make it or break it time to get to the NBC. So we just got to they got to overcome whatever it is if they're tired or whatever and go out and compete and win ball games.
I sure appreciate it, Coach.
Thanks, and have a great call.
That's head coach Roger Ward getting his team ready for the Newton Rebels this evening as we want to take a look at your Victory Barbershop starting lineups for the Newton Rebels. It'll be the second baseman, Jake Smith, to lead off. Jalen Humbles, the center fielder, will bat second. Batting third is Rayshawn Dorsey. He'll be the DH. The cleanup hitter is Tomo Hidaka. He'll be out in right field. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Justice Hinesley. Cole Reese will play third and bat sixth. Batting seventh is the left fielder, Spencer Golden. Kanan Patterson will be behind the plate and bat eighth. And batting ninth for the Newton Rebels will be the shortstop, Cade Martinez. And on the hill tonight will be Brody Farthing. We'll look at his numbers when the Batcats come to the plate. And speaking of the Batcats taking the hill tonight, where the Batcats is Cooper Annan. He is the freshman righty going to Butler County Community College from Papillon Nebraska. He's thrown 14 2/3 this summer. Allowed 6 runs on 9 hits. He has struck out 11. He has walked 13. As you heard Coach Ward, that's the consistency they're looking for. Maybe he'll find it tonight. Again, our game time temperature right up around 98. Mostly sunny skies and a south wind. I'd say it's a pretty steady 15, maybe gusting a little higher, about straight out to left. So you could get some help from the wind. You get one in the air out to a left field. So let's go ahead and look at the leadoff hitter, Jake Smith, the second baseman. He's had 58 at-bats this summer, 16 hits, 4 doubles. He's driven in 11. And first pitch at 6:01 is grounded off the glove of Annan, and that is going to work into an infield single for Smith, as that came off the glove and just deadened behind the mound. So again, one pitch and the leadoff man aboard for Jalen Humbles. Humbles has driven in 7. He's got a couple of doubles and 12 for 58 on the summer. He'll take downstairs for ball 1. And got a tremendous jump. This is popped into left field. And catch is made by J.J. Fontana. And that's a break there for the Rebels, as Smith had gotten a tremendous jump. But has to end up back at first on the fly out by Humbles. It'll bring up Rayshon Dorsey, the DH. Dorsey, 14 for 44. Got a homer, 5 runs, batted in, also 4 doubles. Dorsey at Southwestern College, and that one about got him. Well down and in, ball 1. Ground ball in the hole at short's going to get into left field. Stopping at second is Jake Smith. So 2 hits here in the first inning for the Rebels. Tomo Hidaka, the right fielder, will bat. We mentioned it was 22-6 last night, and when you get embarrassed on your home field, you are anxious to get back on the field, and you're seeing the Rebels here in the first. An off-speed pitch misses low for ball 1. Hidaka, 3 for 18. He hasn't had a ton of at-bats so far this summer. Also pitches, as I recall. I think he pitched in the first matchup here. Runner is moving. Throw to third is not going to be in time. And again, that's the second time Smith has gotten a tremendous jump. Well, it's 2-0 on Hidaka. And it's 3-0. Fastball misses high. And this is Club One Fitness Night. They are our player of the game sponsors. There's $1 hot dogs all evening long as a runner moving from first. And again, a tremendous jump, but it's low ball 4. And the Batcats and Cooper Annan in big trouble here in the first. Bases are loaded with just 1 down. Or Justice Hensley. Hensley is 6'4", 23. And he will take strike one. Hensley also, I believe, helps as an assistant coach as well with the Rebels. Fastball down the middle, a called strike two. It's 0-2. Boy, a strikeout or a ground ball would be your best friend right here. And let's see where Leone wants this pitch outside. Came in on the hands, got a swing and a miss. Big out number two on the first strikeout for Cooper Annan. It will be Cole Reese, the third baseman. Reese has a couple of doubles. He's driven in 6. And he pops it up. First pitch left side of the infield. And battling the sun as TJ Shaw makes the catch. And nice job by Cooper Annan. He'll get out of a bases loaded jam. No runs, 2 hits, but 3 left for the Rebels as we will head to the bottom half of the first. No score with the Batcats. Coming up, you're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Bottom half of the first inning, no score as we look at our Victory Barbershop batting lineup for the Great Bend Batcats. Center fielder Carson Umphris leads off tonight. Kyle Walker will play second base and bat second. The right fielder is Deacon Pomeroy. He bats third, and the catcher, Elias Leone, will bat cleanup. Batting fifth and back in the lineup at shortstop is TJ Shaw. Andrew Yee is at first. He bats sixth. Batting seventh, your third baseman, Tony Moore. The DH tonight is Luke Nohenick. He'll bat eighth, and rounding out the batting lineup, left fielder J.J. Fontana. And Brody Farthing on the hill for the Rebels. 11 innings pitched. He's given up 16 runs on 19 hits, 14 walks, and 7 strikeouts. The young man pitching at Kansas Wesleyan University. Looks like a lot of breaking ball off-speed stuff, so you want to have some patient at-bats. As Umphris will take low ball 1. Umphris 9 for 33 this summer. He's got a homer and 4 knocked in, and he's up in the count 2-0. And he hits this one well to left center field. Looking up, this is going to be gone. Carson Umphris, for the second time this summer, has left the yard. It's 1-0 Batcats. So it's a free round of mini golf for everybody. Sponsored by Walnut Bowl and Mini Golf on the home run. And that's also an extra base hit. So that would be Office Products Incorporated. So 2 for 1 there. And a good start. Brings up Kyle Walker. 345 average. He's got 19 hits and 55 at bats. That's Kyle. 4 doubles, a couple of triples. He's batted in 10, and he'll take low ball 1. Just kind of as I was referring to. Umphris took a couple out of the strike zone and And he got his pitch to hit, and now it's 2-0 on Walker as the breaking pitch misses. Now it's 3-0. Deacon Pomeroy, Elias Leon at the follow. 3-0 splits the plate for strike one. Good crowd on hand. The 6 o'clock start this evening. Breaking pitch will be low, ball 4. So the solo homer, now a walk for Kyle Walker. Brought to you by Great Bend Recreation Commission. It'll bring to the plate Deacon Pomeroy. Couple of doubles, 3 homers. He's driven in 19. So he's 16 for 51 this summer. That's a .314 average. Okay, most of the summer we have not seen umpires favoring the upper part of the strike zone. So far, we've seen a couple of them right there called strikes. And the breaking pitch will miss high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And our umpires tonight are Jeremy Nelson and Jeff Keith. Pomeroy, low fastball chopped right behind the plate. It's 1-2. Yeah, I'm not positive, but I believe it may be the hottest game time temperature so far this summer. Runner moving, and Pomeroy fouls it back. Walker has to retreat back to first base. One nothing Batcats. Another 1-2 pitch popped out of play right side. All those foul balls sponsored by Jimlo Glass. Another 1-2 fouled off. Well, Walker getting out to a good lead at first. He's taken off once. And there he goes. It's high. Throw to the shortstop side enables the slide under the tag. So got Walker into scoring position. Looked like he mistimed his jump. I throw to the second base side probably would have had him. Yeah, the 2-2 to Pomeroy. Checks his swing. They'll say he went around for strike 3. Got fooled by the slow curve. That'll be out number 1, strikeout number 1 for Brody Farthing. That brings up Elias Leon, as again, we don't see him bat righty a lot. He's got 18 hits in 59 at-bats. That's a .305 average. 6 doubles, couple of homers, and big swing and a miss. And he's driven in 15. Grounder to third. Oh, it took a terrible hop right through the legs of Reese. And Walker will head to the plate. Leon into second. It's 2-0 Batcats. And I would think it would have to go down as an error. Again, I think it hit right on the edge of the grass, and instead of coming up, it went right between the legs of Reese. So again, that's Colwell Banker and Real Estate with the run scored, and it'll bring to the plate TJ Shaw. And Shaw will take strike 1. Shaw has 3 homers, couple of doubles, and he's driven in 15 on the summer, hitting at 362. Takes low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Shaw missed a few games with a concussion. Back to 100%, fouls this one off down the third baseline. I believe, as I was told, it was a road game where he collided with Kyle Walker. Walker's knee got him in the head. Similar, you see that a lot. And baseball, even football, you see that a lot. One, two, popped up. Middle of the infield. Second baseman Smith's got it for out number 2. That'll be the first baseman, Andrew Yee. 125 this summer. He's 5 of 40. He's got a double. He's driven in 5. Leon at second, 2 away. One in there for strike 1. Batcats out to a 2-0 advantage. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one missing high. And another one just above the belt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Farthing really picking up the pace. And he misses low, 3-1. Andrew Yee reaches. It would then be Tony Moore. Oh, and this is belted to left. Forget about it. Andrew Yee way out of the park. 4-0 Batcats. Andrew Yee, a little summer frustration taken out on that pitch. And it's another round of free golf, mini golf from Walnut Bowl and Mini Golf. Well, it's also brought to you Coldwell Banker and Real Estate, where the run scored and Office Products Incorporated for the extra base hit. So 2 homers in the inning for the Batcats. And it brings to the plate Tony Moore. Moore has a homer and 8 driven in. Sitting 271. Off-speed pitches, low ball 1. And fastball stays up top. 2 balls, no strikes. And it's 3-0. You think about how this first inning broke down. The Rebels got bases loaded with 1 down. And Cooper Annan got out of it with no damage. Now you've struck for 4 and still batting. As the 3-0 fastball finds the strike zone. It's 3-1. Now quickly the complexion changed. And the breaking pitch down and away for ball 4. And Great Bend Recreation Commission for the walk, the second for Farthing. And it'll bring up the DH, Luke Nohenick. Nohenick hitting 438, 14 for 32. He will take strike 1. I mean, he's got 3 doubles. He's driven in 9. And 1 strike pitch popped up right side. Hinsley, wind caught that one. He's able to make the catch. to retire this side, but a big inning for the Batcats. A solo homer from Carson Humphris and a 2-run homer from Andrew Yee. We head to the second. Batcats 4, the Rebels nothing. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Top of the second inning, 4-0 Batcats. Home plate umpire and the Newton coaching staff having a very long conversation between the innings, as it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Spencer Goldston, Kanan Patterson, and Cade Martinez. So Goldston leads off. And a fly ball to right. Pomeroy right there for out number 1. Kanan Patterson, the catcher, comes through the plate. Hitting 138 on the summer and 29 at-bats. He's got 4 hits, a double, and a home run. And he's driven in a pair of runners as he takes low ball 1. And came in right on the hands, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Three other games. We'll get to the schedule here in a little bit. Everybody else starting at 7 tonight. 1-1. Soft liner is going to get into right center field. That is the third Rebel hit. Which will bring up Cade Martinez, the shortstop. 205 average on the summer, 8 for 39, couple of doubles. He's also homered once. He's driven in 6. First pitch swinging, it's fouled back and out of play. See what kind of lead Patterson gets at or first. That was a little check swing and just caught the end of the bat for a foul ball. And it counts 2 strikes. Top of the lineup, and Jake Smith due up next. And a slow roller to third. Only play maybe first. And beating it out for the infield single is Cade Martinez. It's just that slap, get it down. You're running from the left-handed batter's box. And the Rebels first and second with 1 down. Back to Jake Smith, who got an infield single in the first inning. That's the 4th hit for Newton. Tailed right in again on the hands, fouled off, strike 1. In the 7 o'clock starts tonight, Derby at Hutch. Kingman visiting Junction City. And the Wildcats are in Augusta to take on the Cannons. One strike pitch. Now back, and it will get out of play for strike 2. Again, Jimlo Glass sponsoring all of those foul balls. Here, Cooper Annan, he shook off the first sign. Runner moving, and it's fouled out of play. They need to get a sign out to Cooper Annan. Rebel base runners are getting fantastic jumps. Make an extra check of the base runner. Another 2-strike pitch. Oh, went changeup. Got him out in front of it, and Smith down on strikes. Or out number 2, strikeout number 2 for Cooper Annan. That'll bring up Jalen Humbles. He flew out to left field back in the 1st inning. Good pitch, tailed right over the outside corner, strike 1. So Annan trying to get out of trouble for the 2nd straight inning. Left the bases loaded in the 1st. And he didn't want to, and he went around for strike 2. Humbles. Fastball a little bit high and out of the zone. Got him to go after it. Did Annan. And the 3rd straight batter. And Annan has gone ahead of 0-2. Way outside. Nice snag there by Leone. And Leone behind the plate. At 3rd is Moore. Shaw at short. Walker at 2nd. Yee at 1st. Around the outfield, Fontana in left. Humphreys in center, and Pomeroy in right. Now the 1-2 pitch, down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 2nd, currently 4-0 Great Bend. There, Annan, I thought he liked the first sign, but then he shook it off. 2-2 and went back to the changeup and really fooled Humbles. So the 2nd straight inning, Rebels threaten no runs, 2 hits. They'll strand 2. And we'll go to the bottom half of the 2nd. 4-0 at Batcats. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Bottom of the second inning. J.J. Fontana, Carson Empress, Kyle Walker coming up for the Batcats. So Fontana out in left tonight, playing in his 9th game. And is 5 for 25 at the plate. Couple of doubles. He's driven in 5. Breaking pitch from Farthing, down and away, ball 1. It was the big hit in the first inning. Ground ball up the middle, nice scoop by Smith, and toss over to first for out number 1.
The center fielder, number 22.
Pulled it just a little bit too much, did Fontana, to get it up the gut. And back to Carson Empress, led off the home half of the first with his 3rd homer of the summer. Out to left center field. Breaking pitch down and in, ball 1. And that one in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. And low 3-0. Farthing walked 2 in the first inning. Now the 3-0. And a very high strike call. And it's 3-1. And off speed, catches the outer part of the plate and runs the count full on Empress. Got it in on him a little bit. Empress will pull it foul. See another pitch. Now your second payoff pitch. That one rip foul. And I'll do a little pinballing off some of the vehicles down the left field line. And a check swing foul. Northeast Texas Community College is where Carson is heading this fall after graduating here at Great Bend High School. Oh, wow. Way high, called strike 3 on Empress. Everybody frustrated with that one. That's a Batcat fan. And the second strikeout for Brody Farthing. 2 down for Kyle Walker. He walked and scored a run in the first inning. Breaking pitch in there for strike 1. And another one, strike 2. So 1-2, bases empty, 2 down, bottom of the second, 4-0, Great Bend. Another one out of play, left side. Got 2 of our youngsters, a little race is on. Who's going to get to that one first? And Walker pops one into right field. And it'll be Hadaka to take it. And the Batcats will go down in order here in the second. 4-0 Great Bend as we head to the third. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Top of the third inning. 4-0 Batcats. Excuse me. 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Rebels coming up. Rashawn Dorsey, Tomo Hidaka, and Justice Hinesley. And Cooper Annan is allowed no runs on 4 hits, and he has stranded 5 Rebels through 2 innings. Dorsey had a single in the first inning. And fastball in there, strike 1. Pop into right field. Who's going to take it? Looks like calling for it is Kyle Walker. He's got it for out number 1. Now it's Tomo Hidaka. He drew a base on balls in the first. He's going to Feather River Community College. And swing and a miss, and there goes the bat to the backstop. Hidaka batting gloves on, and he's going to work the bat handle a little bit there. And very warm 90. It's 98 around game time. And add in the humidity. Fastball downstairs. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And good fastball about Beltai. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Justice Hinesley will bat next. And 1-2, down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wow, didn't get the nod. Looked like it was at the knees over the outside corner. And umpire says it was outside for ball 3. Now your payoff pitch is fouled to the backstop. So we look at the standings. Monarchs at 13-4, Batcats 11-5, Twins 11-7, Cannons 10-7, Eastville 10-8, Junction City 9-9. It is packed in there. And there's a great tailing fastball right over the outside. Called strike 3. Third strikeout for Cooper Annan. That'll be Justice Hensley to the plate. He was one of those 4 strikeouts back in the first inning. And off speed in the dirt for ball 1. And fastball stays high. 2 balls, no strikes. Now on deck circle is Cole Reese. And pulled the string and misses inside with the breaking pitch. And Hensley up in the count 3-0. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk, high ball 4.
That brings up today's beer batter.
And a second walk for Cooper Annan. And now the batter is Cole Reese. He popped out to TJ Shaw to end the first inning. That's when the Rebels left 3 aboard in the first and 2 in the second. There are 2 down. Outside corner called strike 1. Fat Cats going to get a much needed day off tomorrow. This is their 4th game in 4 days. 2 on the inside part of the plate. Fat Cats in return to action. Playing a doubleheader Tuesday against the Wichita Wildcats on the road. Pitch misses high and outside. It's 1-2. And then's been heavy fastball runner moving and goes back to the slider. A called strike 3. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left. And we'll head to the bottom half of the third. 4-0 Batcats. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Bottom half of the third inning. It's a 4-0 Batcat advantage. It's Deacon Pomeroy, Elias Leone, and TJ Shaw coming up for the Batcats. And Patterson behind the plate. Reese at third, Martinez at short, Smith at second, Hensley at first is your Newton infield. As Pomeroy steps in, swing and a miss. Well, he just can't wait on the slow curves. He struck out his first at bat. That one hit him. First hit batsman of the game for Brody Farthing.
The catcher, number 16.
Leadoff man aboard for the Batcats. I'll bring up Elias Leone. Reached on an air, scored a run in the first inning. 4-run first inning that saw both Humphreys and Yee homer. Ground ball could be 2. Taking it himself is Smith over to first. 4 unassisted to 3 double play. And that quickly wipes out your leadoff runner, and there's 2 down.
TJ Shaw Jr.
And we'll bring up TJ Shaw. He popped out to second base. Back in the first inning, takes down and away ball 1. And outside for ball 2. And your Rebel outfield, Goldston in left, Humbles in center, and Hidaka in right. This is hit high in the air to left. It's carrying, but I don't know if it's got the distance. It does not. Just short of the warning track, Humbles. Squeeze it in for out number 3. So in the last couple of innings, now Farthing has faced the minimum. And we head to the fourth, and it remains a 4-0 Bat-Cat advantage here at Al Burns Memorial Field in Great Bend. Top of the fourth, 4-0 Bat-Cats. Spencer Goldston, Kanan Patterson, Cade Martinez coming up for the Rebels as Goldston, first pitch he saw and leading off the second, flew out to right. And he'll take this one outside for ball one. No runs. There's actually 4 hits for the Rebels. They've committed 1 error. There's a grounder towards second. Walker to first. 1 away. These Bat-Cats, their 4 runs have come on 2 hits. They've also committed. No, they have not committed. They have an error up there. I do not have one down for the Bat-Cats. Is now Kanan Patterson to the plate. He singled in the second inning. He pitch in the dirt and to the backstop for ball one. And right at the knees. Get the nod there. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. So Anthony stranded 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. Maybe you're going to go to having him empty this time as he finds the outside corner for strike 2. Yeah, the 1-2 delivery, breaking pitch in the dirt. Cade Martinez to follow here on Club One Fitness Night, home of the Great Bend Bat-Cat Fitness Needs. All our hot dogs. There's a little chopper. Did he touch it? Fortunately, Moore did not touch it because it bounced foul. And the count will stay 2-2. Also understand there's going to be a hot dog eating contest. I think middle of the 5th inning, if I remember correctly, also when our trivia comes up, there's going to be a Bat-Cat player and a fan. We'll take on one another, see who can get 5 hot dogs eaten first. I did see, speaking of hot dog eating, Joey Chestnut's going to be back in the Nathan's contest, the true world champion next summer, or well, that's coming up this year. As a 2-2 fouled back. He won that big showdown with Kobayashi here recently as well. The count stays 2-2. Line drive right at Kyle Walker for out number 2. So Annan looking for his first 1-2-3 inning He'll face Cade Martinez. Got that slap single down the third baseline. His first at bat on an 0-2 pitch. And got fooled on the breaking pitch. Strike one. One will stay up top. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ran and shook off a couple of signs. Definitely a pitch he had in mind. This ball inside corner, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, base is empty, 2 down in the top of the 4th. 4-0 Great Bend. And the 1-2 pitch. Checks his swing. I'll say he went down. I'll tag him, and that'll be the strikeout. And Cooper Annan records his 6th strikeout in his first 1-2-3 inning. And we'll go to the bottom half of the 4th with the score remaining. Great Bend 4 and the Newton Rebels nothing. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Bottom half of the 4th inning, Andrew Yee, Tony Moore, Luke Nohenick coming up for the Batcats, leading 4-0. Again, big thank you to Advanced Therapy and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for the Batcats, and also tonight Club One Fitness, home of the Great Bend Batcat fitness needs. They're also our player of the game sponsor, getting all those $1 hot dogs to you tonight. And be sure our next home game, Thursday, July 3rd, against the Twins. That'll be a big ball game. Great Bend Recreation Commission night, community night. Kids will get to run the bases.
Number 11, Andrew Yee.
Andrew Yee got his first homer of the summer. To left field. It was a 2-run homer. And fastball well high, ball 1. That is one of just 2 hits. Those home runs. That is, thought it'd be outside. Caught the corner. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And they're going to call that strike 2 over the inner part of the plate. Now watch for a breaking pitch. And there it is, called strike 3 on the inside corner. And boy, the Batcats scratching their heads. That'll be the 3rd strikeout for Brody Farthing. And bring up Tony Moore. He drew a base on balls back in the 1st inning. And there's that. I tell you, that high strike tonight getting called. That's 0-1. And down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Moore drills one left center field. It's got a shot. It's out of here. 3rd home run of the game for the Batcats. That's all of their hits. There's a lot of mini golf 3 rounds being divvied out tonight by Walnut Bowl and Mini Golf. Will Banker for the run scored. Office Products Incorporated. for the extra base hit. And let's check in on Tony Moore. That would be his second of the summer. And now Nohenick takes high, ball one. Nohenick popped out to first to end the first inning. He pulls one that this is well foul. Guessed right, but got out in front of the breaking pitch. It's 1-1. Royals touching up Shohei Ohtani today to break out of their losing streak. It was, I believe, a 9-1 win today over the Dodgers after losing 5-4 last night. And it's 2-1 to Nohenick. Be followed by J.J. Fontana. That one stays up, and it's 3-1. And that one well high for ball four. Nohenick aboard on the third walk for Brody Farthing, sponsored by Great Bend Recreation Commission. It's Farthing's first walk since the first inning. Now it'll be J.J. Fontana. He grounded out to the second baseman, Smith, leading off the second. And he will take strike one. Fontana, Colorado State Pueblo, where his college is currently at. And he takes inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, it's 5-0 Batcats. And now you got your runner picked off. Throw to second. Under the tag. It was a little bit high on the throw from Inslee. And kind of a stunned look there on the face of Martinez. So Nohenick in scoring position as Fontana takes well outside. Good scoop there by Patterson. And it's 2-1. Line shot into center field. A base hit that will get Nohenick home on the RBI double for J.J. Fontana to make it 6-0 Batcats. That's Office Products Incorporated for the extra base hit. Coldwell Banker on the run scored, and all 4 of the hits for the Batcats are extra bases, 3 homers and that double. And trip to the mound for the Rebels. There is a pitcher beginning to get loose. I don't think he's ready yet. Just starting to throw. There's a righty down in the bullpen. And we mentioned the next home game. Unfortunately, we were going to have a non-league game tossed in there, but those didn't materialize. So the next home game will be next Thursday, July 3rd, night before the 4th of July. Great Bend Recreation Commission night. It's community night. Kids get to run the bases, and then a big game against the Derby Twins. There's the upcoming schedule for the Batcats. We mentioned it's Sunday and Monday off. Doubleheader, 6 o'clock in Rose Hill against the Wildcats on Tuesday. They'll go to Liberal on Wednesday, non-league against the BJs. And then we mentioned home for the Twins. Now Carson Umphris bats. He'll take low ball 1. Umphris solo homer in the first. Struck out in the second. And breaking pitch is inside. 2 balls, no strikes. And that time the breaking pitch settles in for strike one. As bluffing out of second was Fontana, like he was going to third. And that hits Umphris in the lower left leg. Let's see, second batter hit for Brody Farthing. He'll bring to the plate Kyle Walker.
For the two-bagger, number 2, Kyle Walker.
Walked and scored in the first. Flew to right in the second. Still just one down here in the bottom of the fourth. Montana gonna try to take third, and the pitch bounces right off or in front of the plates and gets to the backstop. So probably a pass ball. Now both runners in scoring position. Also the big part that takes you out of the double play. And the infield coming in for the Rebels. Walker takes low ball 2. It's 2-0. If you remember a couple nights back, Walker, the walk-off single with the bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth to beat Kingman. And this chopper is foul of first. He was also our Club One Fitness Player of the Game on Thursday evening. He's got a 2-1 count with the runners at second and third. And he hits one high in the air. This will get a run home. Humbles will make the catch. And I love the throw. He comes in and makes sure he keeps the runner at second.
Another back run brought to you by Coldwell Baker.
So that scores.
And it brings up the right fielder.
J.J. Fontana from third.
Pomeroy.
Walker becomes the second out of the inning. And with Umphris at second, it'll be Deacon Pomeroy. Struck out in the first, got hit in the third. And breaking pitch in the dirt for ball 1. And the breaking pitch almost got him for the second time in the game. And the 2-0 is low. 3 balls, no strikes. Elias Leone would be next for the Batcats. Outside corner, strike 1. And see if Farthing will give Pomeroy another fastball. He did, but it was low ball 4. That's Great Bend Recreation Commission on the 4th walk for Farthing. Now it's Elias Leone. Reached on an air, scored in the first, grounded into a 4 unassisted to 3 double play in the third inning. There's 2 down runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 4th. And a little pop-up down the right field line is going to be foul. Leone is the 8th batter of the inning. Batcats have had a 3-run inning. They had a 4-run first. Grounder, foul of third. And it's 0-2. If anybody ever tries to tell you Leone doesn't get everything out of every swing, they're kidding you. That's why he has so many extra base hits And I would look either fastball away or off speed. And fastball was down and it's fouled off. We mentioned Leone and Brazel both at Temple College. Leone from Windcrest, Texas. And time called. TJ Shaw in the on-deck circle if the inning extends. Two-strike pitch fights off an inside pitch. That's Leone. Worthing with another two-strike pitch down and in. Leone, nice battle going here against Brody Farthing, trying to keep this bottom of the fourth inning alive. Ooh, and a wild pitch is going to move the runners up. Went to a breaking pitch and it mailed everything. Now the count on Leone is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball outside. Leone fought off multiple 0-2 pitches and has worked at the 3-2. Payoff pitch, just about kills one of the next batters. I think that's Yee over there. Holy smokes. That thing was moving. And here's another payoff pitch. Grounder to short. Martinez to first. Will retire the side and end a really good at-bat in battle as the Batcats will add 3 runs. There was a solo homer by Tony Moore, RBI double by J.J. Fontana, the 2 hits and 2 left. So after 4 complete, Batcats 7, Rebels nothing. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Top of the 5th inning, and it's the top of the lineup for the Newton Rebels. Jake Smith, Jalen Humbles, Rayshon Dorsey. Batcats lead it 7-0. As Jake Smith is 1 for 2. Infield single in the first. Went down on strikes in the second. Here's Cooper Annan. He has scattered 4 hits. And not allowed any runs yet. And this one skips to the backstop. And then so far, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Grounder up the middle, going to be trouble and into center field. Jake Smith's got his second hit and 5th overall for the Rebels. Their first hit since the second. I'll bring up Jalen Humbles. He flew to left in the first, struck out in the second. First pitch sprayed into the parking lot. That's Jimlo Glass on the foul balls. Smith, a decent lead, creeping out a little further. And another foul ball, about same location. And count 2 strikes. The kids converging on 2 foul balls in the same spot. And then good hesitation, and Leone thought about throwing down. Fastball well outside. It's 1-2. Another one will be fouled out of play left side. Humbles playing out of Seminole Community College down in Oklahoma. He's from Arlington, Texas. Off speed in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Rayshon Dorsey, the DH, coming up next. Batcats trying to take the season series, 4-0 on the Newton Rebels. And another foul ball. That's a little chopper. So count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 down, or nobody down, excuse me. Smith at first. Smith moving, swing and a miss. 1 hop throw to second, tag down. Ooh, just under the tag. Yes, Smith thought he really close to the strike him out, throw him out. So Rayshon Dorsey, the DH, will bat. Singled in the first, popped out to a second, leading off the 3rd inning. Breaking pitch inside, got close to hitting his elbow. And runner moving again, throw to third, and it gets into left field. JJ Fontana quick on the backup, keeps the runner from scoring. And a 2-0 count on Dorsey. Rebels trying to cut into a 7-0 backcat advantage, top of the 5th. Now backing out of play by Dorsey. Count goes to 2-1. And everybody, if you're unable to watch the games, you're out and about, go to AdAsterRadio.com and listen to the audio cast. There's that fastball. We've seen that a strike called a ton tonight. That one is not. It's 3-1. That one is up for ball 4. And Cooper Annan issues his a third walk. I'll bring up Tomo Hidaka as I see Leon going back to the dugout. I think he's getting a new catcher's mitt. Hidaka in the ball game, walked in the first, struck out in the third. So still one down, runners at the corners. Hidaka ground ball right up the middle. Flip to second for one. Over to first. Beautifully done on the flip from Shaw to Walker and the turn over to. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and Cooper Annan continues to work out of a trouble this evening. Induces the ground ball to get out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. 7-0 Batcats. It's trivia time. And again, if you know this answer, text my cell phone 620-897-7060. Include your name. We'll give you a big shout out on the air. And here it is. The Batcats scored 22 runs last night in Newton. That isn't the club record for runs scored in a game by the Batcats. Can you name the number of runs and who was it against? And text that right answer to 620-897-7060. As we have a pitching change as well for the Rebels. So an Eagle Radio call to the bullpen. We'll bring in a Jeremy Bengesser, righty, going to Fort Hays State. Let me get that. So Bengesser.
Now pitching for the Rebels is number 16, Jeremy Bengesser.
Let's check in on Bengesser in the summer numbers. 8 1/3 innings pitched. 15 runs on 9 hits. He has walked 15 and struck out 8. Bengesser will pitch to TJ Shaw to start things off here in the bottom of the 5th. And Shaw will take strike 1. So Farthing goes 4. He struck out 3. He walked 4. 4 hits, 3 of which were homers. He gave up 7 runs. There's a swing and a miss from Shaw. It's 0-2. And Bengesser mentioned that Fort Hays State is where the Batcats' Tony Moore is at as well. Shaw takes one. I think it hit right around or off the plate. One, 2 fastball well above the bell. It's 2-2, so it's Shaw, Andrew Yee, Tony Moore. Two delivery. Out of play, right side. And Batcats 4 in the first, 3 runs in the 4th inning. And 3 homers and a double. That's their 4 hits. And the count full takes high once again.
Here you go, Niner.
Ben Gesser ready with the payoff. And low ball 4. That's been his bugaboo. He's had trouble finding the zone. It's brought to you by Great Bend Recreation Commission, and will bring to the plate Andrew Yee. 2-run homer in the first, struck out in the 4th.
And it puts one on. Number 1 batter. Number 1-1, Andrew Yee.
First pitch on the way is popped up into right field near the line and out from second base. Catch is made by Jake Smith for out number 1.
The third baseman, number 8, Tony Moore.
Bringing to the plate Tony Moore. Walked in the first, solo homer in the 4th. Fastball down below the knees for ball 1. Patterson attempt to pull it up just a little bit. Throw over to first. And TJ Shaw over there, he led off the inning, drew a base on balls. And Moore will take strike 1. It's 1-1. Luke Nohenick due up next for the Batcats. Runner moving, pitches low, a throw. Good throw, might have had him. One hopper and unable to get it down was Smith. The stolen base for Shaw moves him into scoring position. Moore with a 2-1 count. Oh, that got him up in the helmet area. That's a couple of Tigers there. Both from Fort Hays State. And again, making sure Ben Gesser that Moore was okay. I don't know, is that still considered friendly fire here in the summer? And both Fort Hays State Tigers. Third batter hit by Tiger pitching, by Rebel pitching tonight. And brings up Luke Nohenick. And off-speed pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Nohenick popped out in the first inning. He walked and scored a run in the 4th. And pitch in the dirt to Nohenick. 2 balls and no strikes. JJ Fontana will bat next for Great Bend, leading 7-0, bottom of the 5th. Inside, they're going to throw to second, and on his way to third and safe is Shaw. Drew the throw to second, just put his head down and got to third. And it was strike one to Nohenick. He was clarifying that as well as we were. Line shot to left. Runner tags at third. Shaw will score on the sacrifice fly to make it 8-0. Then the ball gets away on the infield. And Moore will get the second on the second error of the game. So that gets Moore into scoring position.
JJ Fontana.
And 2 down for JJ Fontana. Grounded out the second in the second, had an RBI double and a run scored in the 4th inning. And that's Colwell Banker for the Batcat run scored. That's ball outside for ball 1. Fontana reaches it, then be Carson Umphris at the top of the lineup. And that, I heard a thud. It may have caught the umpire. I thought it might have been a hit batsman, but it was not. And on the play, Tony Moore able to advance to third. Two-0 pitch. That one did hit him. The second hit batsman of the inning for Jeremy Bengesser. And now that's Carson Umphris. He is 1 for 2. Got a solo homer, a strikeout, and has also been hit by a pitch. And fastball at the knee, strike 1. Where they are really shading Umphris to pull. There is a monster gap in right center, right field. This one down the right field line. Wind was pushing it, but not enough. It goes foul for strike 2. Yeah, your center fielder, Humbles, is way over to left center field. It looks like Adaka in right, almost playing where he normally would. He's starting to shade a little bit more towards right center. Two-strike pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fontana jumps out to a better lead. There he goes in the dirt and no throw. Patterson unable to dig it out cleanly. Now base hit could get you 2. It's 8-0 Batcats. Bottom of the 5th, 2nd and 3rd, 2 down. And low ball 3. So full count. Kyle Walker awaiting in the on-deck circle. Payoff pitch. A little chopper, and it stays foul coming out of the batter's box. There's been a run scored in the inning without a hit. There's been a walk, 2 hit batsmen, an error, and a sacrifice fly. Another payoff pitch. Low ball 4 is going to load the bases. Again, that is Great Bend Recreation Commission on the walk.
The bases are full of backcats for the second baseman, number 2, Kyle Walker.
Bring to the plate Kyle Walker. Walked and scored in first, flew to right in the second. He had a sac fly RBI in the fourth. Ben Gesser, first pitch, down low, ball 1. Infield back deep. And a little slap into left center field. That'll get it done. 2 runs are in. Walker holds that first with the 2-run single to make it 10-0 Batcats. Nice piece of hitting. Fastball was tailing down and away, just went with it to left center field. And Walker's got his 3rd run batted in of the game. That'll bring a trip to the mound. And that's what you have to do. You know, make teams pay for those free passes, walks, and hit batsmen and errors. That's the first non-extra base hit tonight for the Batcats. The previous 4 had been 3 homers and a double. A conference on the mound before Deacon Pomeroy bats.
That brings up the right fielder. Representing Oklahoma State University is number 24, Deacon Pomeroy.
Let's take a look at your scoreboard. As the Twins lead at Hutch 2-0, bottom of the second. Islanders lead at the Brigade 4-2. They're in the top of the second. The Wildcats, a 5-1 advantage at the Cannons, top of the third. So all the road teams currently leading except here. Pomeroy takes inside ball 1. He has struck out, been hit by a pitch, and he's walked. And it looked like maybe a changeup in the dirt. Ball 2. Pomeroy, the 8th batter here in the bottom of the 5th. Yeah, throw to first. Walker diving back in safely. Two-0 pitch, swing and a miss. And it's 2-1. Elias Leone. He awaits to see if he'll bat in this inning. 2-1, grounded into left field, base hit. Coming home from third to score is Carson Umphris. It's 11-0 Batcats, brought to you by Coldwell Banker and Real Estate. So the Batcats have batted around. This is the number 9 hitter of the inning, Elias Leone. Now he goes around to the left side. He's looking for his first hit. He reached on an air, scored in the first. Since then, he's grounded into a double play and grounded out to short. he pulls one into right field for a base hit. Leon stops at first. That'll be an RBI single to make it 12-0. That's Will Banker and a Real Estate. And scored Walker. Pomeroy running on contact, ends up at third.
It puts Batcats on the corners from the shortstop. Number 9, TJ Shaw.
And
Jr.
brings up TJ Shaw. 0 for 2. He walked and scored earlier in this inning. Swing and a miss. Strike one. One strike pitch in off the catcher's glove to the backstop. It'll be 13-0 on the wild pitch. And Leon to second. Colwell Banker and Real Estate getting a lot of airtime this evening for the runs scored. And a 2-0 foul back and out of play. The count's 2 and actually it shows 1 and 2 on the board. And that is down for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shaw reaches and then beat Andrew Yee. It's been a 6-run inning so far. And Shaw skies one down the left field line, and it will get out of play. Got around and under that one a little bit too much. The count stays at 2 and 2. Runner at second, 2 down, bottom of the 5th. 13 zip Batcats. And Shaw takes inside ball 3. And your payoff pitch grounded right side. Took a weird hop. Yeah, nice play out there by Jake Smith. That will retire the side. And the inning concludes with 6 runs scoring for the Batcats. And they come in on 3 hits with 1 error and 1 left. And we're doing the hot dog eating contest. I'm trying to see who. It's one of our fans. And I believe that's Jacob Field.
Jacob Field, he worked out a little extra Club One Fitness today in preparation for this event.
And Jacob Field, it's the first to get 5 hot dogs.
He's about to try to down 5 first.
So everybody that's not on the field for the Batcats going to watch the hot dog eating contest. Again, that's a bun and all if they're doing this like they do at Nathan's. So we'll take a quick break, let you know who the winner of that contest is. Batcats lead it 13-0 as we head to the 6th with Great Bend Batcat Baseball.
Down some water to help.
Now the hot dog eating contest continues. We're going to start the top half of the sixth inning, 13-0 Great Bend. Coming up for the Rebels, Justice Hensley, Cole Reese, Spencer Goldston. Hensley has struck out and walked. And Cooper Annan, fastball, swing and a miss. And Annan has scattered 5 hits. He gave up 2 apiece in the first 2 innings and just 1 since then. Fastball, strike 2. And then ready with the 2-strike pitch. This is just high.
Cole has won himself a 1-month membership to Club One Fitness to work those 5 hot dogs off.
And our 1-2 pitch. Change up in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I believe our fan wins the contest tonight. Hot dog eating contest. 1 month free to Club One Fitness. Gonna have to work off those hot dogs now. 2-2. They're gonna check down at first. He did not go around. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. 7 strikeouts so far for Cooper Annan. Fastball paints the outside corner for strikeout number 8.
That brings up tonight's beer cup. The strikeout is $2 off any beer.
I'll bring up Cole Reese. Reese 0 for 2. He's popped out to short and struck out.
Number 13, Cole Reese.
And head coach Roger Ward on his way to the mound. I wonder if there is a pitch number that we've hit. They monitor that very close in the summer leagues. Some kids come, and we are going to have an Eagle Radio call to the bullpen. As Cooper will get through a 5 1/3. Again, he gave up no runs on 5 hits. He struck out 8. He walked 3. And a really nice outing tonight for the Batcats. Now we'll try to get you a number of our new pitcher. I think that's Ryland Kahn. It is. Number 27.
Let's get her done, baby. Good boy.
I don't know why I've done before you got 3.5 done.
So you're gonna have to walk this off now?
Pretty much.
You don't want no jumps on the grandstand, all right?
So we'll get Kahn here in the scorebook.
That's good technique, man.
Quick look at his season numbers.
Radio, call to the bullpen.
Kahn has thrown 8 innings in 5 appearances.
Ryland Kahn.
3 runs on 3 hits. Walk 6, struck out 8. Over again for Cooper Annan.
Yep. Yeah, still need to finish the obligation.
And a 13-0 advantage for the Batcats here in the top half of the 6th. Still looking for a guess on our trivia question. Again, my cell phone, 620-897-7060. And the Batcats scored 22 runs last night in Newton, but that's not the club record for runs scored in a game by the Batcats. Can you name the number of runs and who it was against? That's our trivia tonight. I have had the correct answer here in the stadium. And still looking for one here on the air. And again, it'll be Cole Reese. That will face Ryland Kahn. swing and a miss. Again, the lefty getting the motion with the fastball away from the righties. And the 1-strike pitch down and in. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Spencer Goldston coming up next for Newton. 1-1, fouled back by Reese. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And things started off well. Newton got the bases loaded with 1 down in the first, but Cooper Annan got out of it. He stranded 2 more in the second. So that fastball stays up to Reese. It's 2-2. Right after Annan stranded 3 in the first, the Batcats got 4 in the home half of the first. And the 2-2 is pulled way out into the parking lot. The count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. And defensive positioning there by Reese. Slaps that one foul. Here, Colin, a nice head shake. Got the sign he wants. Breaking pitch fouled off. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. The bases are empty with 1 down in the top half of the 6th. Fastball outside, run the count full. Looks like there is a little bit of activity down in the Batcat bullpen. I can't tell you who. I can see the ball getting tossed around a little bit. And Colin with the payoff. It'll pop up into shallow right center field, and it's going to find the hole. So hit number 6 for the Rebels. And it'll bring up Spencer Goldston, who has flown to right and grounded out to second. First pitch popped out of play right side for strike 1. And the next home game coming up this next Thursday, July 3rd. Great Bend Recreation Commission Community Night. Kids get to run the bases. And then a good game coming up against Derby. Ground ball to third. Oh, wicked hop. It's by Tony Moore into left. And we'll wait in and see if the scoreboard updates a hit or error. So it's Kaden Patterson, the catcher, first and second with just 1 down. And it hasn't posted as either a hit or an error yet on the board. And the dirt ball 1 to Patterson, who has singled and lined out to second. 1-0 delivery down and in. Got through the feet of Leon. The runners stay put. The count 2-0. Cade Martinez due up next for Newton. 2-0 is high, ball 3. On ready with the 3-0. In there for strike 1. So a 3-1 count. That'll be high, ball 4 to load the bases.
Shortstop, number 5, Cade Martinez.
Now it'll bring up Cade Martinez. He's got an infield single, and he's also struck out.
Hey, roll it up, back out, here you go.
One down, the bases loaded. Rebels trying to dent the scoreboard. It's 13-0 Great Bend. And Leon hesitates, throwing it back to the pitcher, Con. He's wondering where it missed. Either inside or a little low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. And wow, no idea on that one. It's 2-0. Swing and a miss through the legs of Leon, and the Rebels on the board. It's 13-1. Would probably have to be a pass ball in that situation. And Mecano Martinez, 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners now at second and third. And outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Top of the lineup, Jake Smith in the on-deck circle. And inside, ball 4, going to load the bases back up. Second walk for Ryland Kahn. And it'll bring a trip. My head coach, Roger Ward. Inning started, Cooper Annan got Justice Hensley on strikes. Then the pitching change was made. And we've had a single, error, and 2 walks to get the Rebels on the board at 13-1. And now Smith to the plate. He's got a pair of hits, 2 singles, and he is struck out, so 2 for 3.
Second baseman, number 6, Jake Smith.
Smith will dig in, and Kahn would love a little pop-up or a ground ball right at one of the fielders to try to get out of this. There's the pop-up. Could be trouble. Long run, and the catch is made. Nicely done in left field by J.J. Fontana. All the runners stay put, and there's 2 down. That was a long, long run for J.J. out there in left. Bringing to the plate, Jalen Humbles. He's flown the left and has a pair of strikeouts. Ground ball towards Walker. He'll step on the bag at second. That will retire the side. Rebels get on the board. They'll score 1 run. On 1 hit, there was 1 error. And 2 left. Actually, excuse me. There's going to be 3 left in the inning. So we're going to head into the bottom half of the 6th inning. 13-1 Batcats. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Bottom half of the 6th inning, 13-1 Batcats. Quick check of our scoreboard. Twins and Monarchs going at it in Hutch tonight. 2-1 Derby in the bottom of the 4th. Kingman, the Islanders leading at the Junction City Brigade, bottom of the 3rd, 5-2. And the Wichita Wildcats in Augusta, they lead the Kansas Cannons 7-1. They're heading to the bottom of the 4th. As it looks like we have a pinch hitter to start the inning. Andrew Yee due up, and it's going to be Tyler Clements. So he'll take over at first base. So he'll take low from Ben Gesser for ball 1. And a low strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Clements 4 for 22. It's this one high and deep to left, back to the warning track, and the catch will be made by the left fielder, Goldston. That'll be a long out number 1 for the Batcats. And it'll bring up Tony Moore. He has walked, been hit by a pitch, and he has a solo homer. And 2 runs scored. Checks his swing. It'll be a called strike 1. And these are college teammates here, Ben Gesser and Moore. And Ben Gesser was the one that hit him last time. It was a funny exchange between the two. And a breaking pitch fouled back by Moore. It's 0-2. Two-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. And Gesser's got his first strikeout. And there's 2 down. And it looks like a pinch hitter for New Hoenick. It's going to be Lane French.
Pinch hitting for the Batcats will be number 19, Lane French.
So French will be in the DH spot. In search of his first hit, officially 0 for 4 on the summer. And he will take strike one. And a swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
There you go, Frenchie.
McGesser faced 10 batters in the 5th inning. He's looking for a 1-2-3 inning here, and he's got it. So he'll get back-to-back strikeouts, and the Batcats are set down in order. And we'll take a quick break as we head to the top of the 7th, 13-1 Batcats. And you're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Top of the 7th inning. 13-1 Batcats. As if they can hold the Rebels to 2 runs or fewer, the game will be over here. Rayshawn Dorsey, Tomo Hidaka, and Justice Ainsley coming up for the Rebels. So again, we'll get you the answer to our trivia question as well. We haven't had any guesses this evening. And his first pitch from Kahn is high to Dorsey, ball 1. Dorsey is 1 for 2. He is singled and walked. He's also popped out to second base. This one is belted to left center field. It is going to be out of the yard for Rayshawn Dorsey. It'll make it a 13-2 ball game. Again, our trivia question tonight. Batcats scored 22 runs last night in Newton. That's not the club record for runs scored in a game by the Batcats. And you name the number of runs and who it was against. It was actually in the NBC in 2019. July 31st, Batcats scored 24 runs against the Monarchs. And became the first week champs and advanced to week 2. And so Daka 0 for 2 with a walk, fouls the first pitch out of play for strike 1. In that tournament, Dawson Pomeroy in that game, 5 for 5, double, a triple, 5 RBIs, and 5 runs scored in that game. Eventually was named NBC World Series All-American and hitter of the tournament. It is well high, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Hensley is in the on-deck circle. And Daka a little bit in on the hands, fouled out of play. And I think one of our young ladies right off one hop. Back to the concession stand for the 50-cent token. A 1-2 high to Hidaka. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's ball tickled at the corner, doesn't get the nod, and it's 3-2. And your payoff pitch, and dirt ball 4. And Colin issues his 3rd walk, and it could possibly have been his final batter. And it will be. So Con struggled with the control and his his 2/3 pitched. He walked 3. And at this point, he's given up 2 hits. 1 runner at first, his responsibility. I think that's Carson Boer, if I'm seeing correctly.
With the number radio call to the bullpen, now pitching for the backouts at number 3, Carson Brewer.
We'll check in on Carson's numbers this summer. 8 1/3. He has thrown in 4 outings, given up 7 runs on 10 hits. He's got 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. And we'll also check the scoreboard. Monarchs now have taken the lead in Hutch on Derby. They lead at 4-2. They're in the top of the 5th. Highlanders a 5-2 lead in Junction City. They're in the bottom of the 4th. And in Augusta, the Wichita Wildcats lead the Kansas Cannon 7-1. They're in the top half of the 5th. Anyway, visiting with Coach Ward before the game, there is the final week of the regular season is literally going to be that. They're going to play the last 7 days straight due to a couple of makeup games in there. They will play 7 days in a row they finished the regular season here on the 18th. So that is going to be an Ironman stretch. They'll play the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 18th. I believe also the 11th and 12th. Yeah, that's an amazing stretch there. So we are ready for Justice Hensley. Carson Boer takes strike 1. It's a 13-2 advantage for the Batcats, top of the 7th. Runner at first, nobody down here in the top of the 7th. It's a 1-1 count. Hensley took high. He'll be followed by Cole Reese and Spencer Goldston. Outside ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And a big thank you tonight to Club One Fitness. Their home of the Great Bend Batcat fitness needs. And Boer misses high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Got a great jump without a throw, and it's 3-2. And Booer signaling out to Shaw at second, or excuse me, at short, and he will lose Hensley, ball 4. So a solo homer and back-to-back walks to start the inning. And it'll bring up Cole Reese, who is 1 for 3. He had a 6th inning single and the first run scored of the game for the Rebels. Reese playing at Southwest Baptist College. He takes low, ball 1. Ground ball up the middle, get into center field. Run will score and make it a 13-3 game. On the play, Hensley ends up at third on the RBI single and second hit of the game for Cole Reese. And it'll bring up Spencer Goldston. Goldston 0 for 3, did reach on an error in the 6th inning. And he will take ball 1. And strike 1 to Goldston. And down and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. Following Goldston will be Kanan Patterson. And I think he went around. I couldn't hold up on that breaking pitch. It's 2-2. Runners at the corners, 1 away. And outside ball 3. It's a full count on Goldston.
Attacking the zone 3. Here you go, kid.
We're ready with the payoff. That's going to load them up. Ball 4. Third walk of the inning for Batcat pitching. Second for Booer. And brings to the plate Kanan Patterson, who's 1 for 2. He is singled, lined to second, and walked. Batcats had a 13-0 lead. Rebels got 1 in the 6th, so far 2 in this inning. Still just 1 down and the bases loaded. And fastball, strike 1.
There it is. Put it there.
And he'll back deep, open for that ground ball. And misses up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. So tonight, Cooper Annan went 5 1/3. Ryland Kahn went 2/3. And now it's Carson Booer. And foul back, it's 1-2. Still looking for that elusive first out of the inning. And Booer still looking for his sign now. He's got it. Breaking pitch, unable to smother it. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it's Cade Martinez coming up next for Newton. They're in their 8-9 spots here. Base hit into left center field. It'll be extra bases. 2 runs are in. They're going to send the 3rd runner home. And a throw not in time. It's a bases clearing double for Kanan Patterson to make this a 13-6 game. And the free pass is biting you in the big backside, big time here in the inning. As all of the walks have now scored. And Cade Martinez, he is an infield single. He struck out and he's walked. And strike 1 outside corner. It should be inside corner. It is called strike 2. And Boer misses Will with the fastball. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Switch Jake Smith, top of the lineup next for the Rebels. And fouled back. Martinez stays alive at 1-2. And Rayshon Dorsey started the inning with a solo homer. Daka Hensley walked, RBI single for Cole Reese. Goldston walks. And then Patterson clears the bases with a double. Breaking pitch called strike 3. Brewer gets his first strikeout in that elusive first out of the inning. And back to the top to Jake Smith, who's got a 2-for-4 game going. He singled in both the 1st and 5th innings. And way out in front of the breaking pitch was Smith, strike 1. And both Carson Boer and Joey Marker from Marshalltown Community College. An off-speed pitch called strike 2. Carson on his non-pitching days often helps out with the scoreboard if we have an issue. Two-strike pitch, runner moving, ground ball. Boer knocked it down, lost his glove. It'll be an infield single, the 2nd of the game for Jake Smith. That's going to put runners at the corners. And I think Coach Ward, wants to specify this is just to check and make sure Boer's okay so it doesn't count as an official visit to the mound. And he tried to field it. And it knocked his glove off and trickled behind the mound. Again, that's the 2nd time we've seen that. We saw that with Cooper Annan. One off the top of his glove, just kind of deadened it behind the mound. I think it may have also been Jake Smith. So now it's Jalen Humbles. He's in search of his first hit as the runner moving. Throw to second, tag down. And did they say got him? Very indefinitive sign. I think it's a caught stealing. And it is, as I see Smith heading back to the dugout. That'll be the second out of the inning. Strike one on Jalen Humbles. Line shot into right center field. Running catch made by Deacon Pomeroy. That will end the inning. A big inning for the Rebels as they will plate 5. And we will play on. 7th inning stretch time. Batcats 13, the Rebels 6. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Bottom half of the 7th inning, it's now a 13-6 game. Batcats had a 13-0 lead after 5. 1 in the 6th, 5 in the 7th for the Rebels. So now the Batcats going to have to try to answer. It'll be J.J. Fontana to lead things off. He is 1 for 2. He's got an RBI double. Also been hit by a pitch and scored 2 runs. One. I thought for a second it might have hit him, but it just inside for ball 1. So Jeremy Bengesser out for his 3rd inning of work. There was one foul right off the end of the bat. May have cracked the end of it. Yeah, looks like there's a piece of it. It's down the first baseline that the Newton coaching staff is picking up. So Fontana back to get a new bat. And big thank you to Club One Fitness, our corporate sponsor this evening. Ground ball right to the first baseman. Hensley takes it himself, out number 1. That brings Carson Umphris to the plate. He is 1 for 2. Got a hit by a pitch. He's walked. Got a solo homer and 2 runs scored. And that's low ball 1. So Bengesser really struggled in the 5th, gave up 6 runs on 3 hits. And a couple of walks and a couple of hit batsmen in there, but got the Batcats in order in the 6th. He's falling behind Umphris, 2-0. Now 3-0 high once again. Kyle Walker will bat next for the Batcats. And fastball, strike one. And remember, you've also Andrew Yee out of the game. They pinch it for him in the 6th inning. For a grounder to third. And Reese the first. There's 2 down. We'll bring up Kyle Walker.
Number 2, Kyle Walker.
Has walked, flown the right, sacked fly RBI, and a 2-run single. Actually, check that. It's going to be Joey Marker hitting for Kyle Walker. Well, Marker will take over at second base. First pitch down and away, ball 1. And high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Marker reaches, and then be a Deacon Pomeroy here in the bottom of the 7th. Marker takes high, 3-0 the count. Currently a 13-6 lead for the Batcats. And that's a 4-pitch walk to Joey Marker. Sponsored by Great Bend Recreation Commission. And the 3rd for Ben Gesser. Well, brings up Deacon Pomeroy. Struck out in the 1st, was hit in the 3rd, walked in the 4th. RBI single, run scored in the 5th. It is low, ball 1. And Pomeroy pops one up. Shallow right field out from a second base. It'll be Jake Smith to take it for out number 3. No runs, no hits, 1 left. And we're going to hit it to the 8th. It remains a 13-6 advantage for the Batcats. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Top of the 8th. 13-6 Batcats. Rayshawn Dorsey, Tomo Hidaka, Justice Hensley coming up. As again, just gonna look at the schedule. It keeps bouncing me back to the 1st of the season. Monarchs 4, Twins 2 at top of the 6th in Hutch. And the Brigade and the Islanders are now tied at 5. They're in the top of the 5th in Junction City. And the Wichita Wildcats, an 8-1 lead at the Cannons. They're in the top of the 6th. Dorsey is 2 for 3. And Boer strike 1 in there. Dorsey has a single, a walk, and he led off the 7th with a solo homer. Breaking pitch down and away from Dorsey. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 is high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Batcat pitching tonight is combined for 8 walks. Rebel pitching 7 walks and 4 hit batsmen. That'll be strike 2 to Dorsey. And it counts 2-2. Breaking pitch pulled into left field for a base hit. And a nice snag out there by Fontana. It'll hold Dorsey to a single. That is Dorsey's 3rd hit of the ball game. And 11th for the Rebels. Brings up Tomo Hidaka. There's a pair of walks. He's 0 for 2. And wish he hadn't on that one. A breaking pitch down and away, but couldn't hold up. It's 0-1. Your 1 strike breaking pitch misses ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, I'll date myself a little bit, but boy, as a loss for Major League Baseball earlier today as the Cobra, Dave Parker, passes away at age 74. Boy, another great pitch. Ball 2. It's 2-1 to Hidaka. He'd been battling Parkinson's the last few years, if I understood the article correctly. Hidaka pops it up. Shallow center field, and Shaw, battling the evening sky, makes the catch for out number 1. I'll bring Justice Hensley, who has a pair of walks and is 0 for 2, 1 run scored. Parker, 2-time world champion with the family once, the Pirates in 79, and also won later in his career, one with the Reds. Runner moving, great jump, no chance here. And then a errant throw. Dorsey's going to also move to 3rd. Stolen base and an error. 2nd of the game committed by the Batcats. Fastball high to Hensley. 2 balls, no strikes. Parker was elected into the Hall of Fame by I believe it was the Veterans Committee. And breaking pitch outside. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Pitch walk issue to Hensley. That's number 3 for Carson Boer. It's runners at the corners. With 1 down here in the top 8, 13-6 Batcats. Brings up Cole Reese. Reese is 2 for 4. Last 2 at-bats, he has singled both times in the 6th and 7th. Scored both times, drove in 1 in the 7th. Fastball in there, strike 1. And that 79 Pirates team was a fun team. Had Pops Willie Stargell on that team, Kent DeColby, the sidearmer out of the bullpen. It's high, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Memory serves me correct, beating the Orioles in the World Series in that year. Chasing the breaking pitch, Reese down in the count 1-2. Following Reese will be Spencer Goldston. They're moving, a swing and a miss. It is a strike him out and a throw him out. So strikes out Hensley, caught stealing.
Get yourself a brewski. $2 off. Any beer.
That will end the inning. Brewer records his second strikeout. So in the inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. So we're headed to the bottom of the 8th. It remains 13-6 Batcats. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Batcats lead at 13-6. It'll be Elias Leon, TJ Shaw, and Tyler Clements coming up and add to a 13-6 advantage. And the Batcats 4 in the first, 3 in the fourth, 6 in the 5th. Rebels 1 in the 6th, 5 in the 7th.
Number 16, Elias Leon.
Leon is 1 for 4. Got an RBI single. He's also reached on an error and scored a run. Pitches down, ball 1. So Ben Gesser out for his 4th inning of work. And Leon pulls one down the right field line. It is fair. He'll make a big turn and stop at first with his 2nd hit of the game. I believe that is 11 overall for the Batcats. Actually, let me double check. I believe that is 2, 4, 7. That's their 8th hit. Yeah, trying a bunt. This one goes well foul off the bat at TJ Shaw, who is 0 for 3. Walked in, scored a run in the 5th. And Shaw takes downstairs, ball 1. And a snap throw, close play at first. Leon back in safely, led off the inning, singling to right. Line shot left field is going to fall in. And Shaw's got his first hit and 9th of the game for the Batcats. Leon stopped that 2nd. They'll bring to the plate Tyler Clements. He pinch hit in the 6th for Andrew Yee and flew out to left field. It was a deep shot just short of the warning track in left center field. And pops this one up right side of the infield. And the catch is made by Smith It'll be out number 1. You're hoping to at least move him over there, but unable to do so.
Number 8, Tony Moore.
I'm going to bring up Tony Moore. Actually 1 for 2. He's been on base 3 times. Walked in the first, solo homer in the 4th, hit by a pitch and a run scored in the 5th. Take high ball 1. I tell you where that pitch was. A lot of times earlier in the game, we saw that as a strike. Runners both moving. Throw to second and safe. Double steal. And pitch was taken by Moore for ball 2. And so it's 2-0. And in the dirt, ball 3. Lane French in the on-deck circle. He's due up next. That's the DH spot, and he will bat. Moore walks for the 2nd time in the game, and that's number 4 for Jeremy Bengesser. That's Great Bend Great Bend Recreation Commission for the walk. Now it is Lane French. He struck out in the 6th when he pinch hit for Nohenick. And he pops one up, and is this the infield fly? It is. There's the signal. The batter would be automatically out. And Smith secures the catch for out number 2. And we'll bring to the plate J.J. Fontana with the bases loaded. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. 13-6 Batcats. Fontana had an RBI double and a run scored in the 4th. Scored in the 5th after getting hit by a pitch. He's 1 for 3. Chops one to the backstop, strike 1. Carson Umphris. If Fontana can find a way to extend the inning, would bat next. And Fontana takes low ball 1. It's 1-1. So you see Fontana, Nohenick, and Leone all kind of rotate at that catcher spot. He pops one up into left field. Goldston's got it for out number 3. And the Batcats, no runs, 2 hits, and they will leave them loaded. So we're going to head to the top of the 9th. 13-6 Batcats. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Eagle Radio call to the bullpen for the Batcats here in the ninth. Owen Kaiser will be your fourth Batcat pitcher. And leading off, Spencer Goldston. First pitch swinging, fouled out of play right side, strike one. Goldston 0 for 3. It's reached on an air and walked, 1 run scored. Another one fouled out of play right side. It's now 0-2. Kaiser, just his third game, 3 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits. He's walked 3 and struck out 3. And fastball up and in, swing and a miss. The strikeout for Kaiser is out number 1. He's going to be a freshman at Barton County, played here at Great Bend High School. Now the batter is Kanan Patterson. He's got a 2 for 3 game going. Fastball, strike one. He is walked, singled, and has a bases clearing double, that came in the 7th. And a line shot into right field. Third hit for Kanan Patterson. Which will bring to the plate Cade Martinez. He's got a 1 for 3 game. He is singled and walked. Check swing, foul, goes right over the outstretched hands of the players in the dugout. So it's a 1 strike count. Breaking pitch down and in, runner moving. Leone tagged down. They're going to say under the tag on a little bit of a high throw. And Shaw did his best to get it down. So Patterson with the stolen base in the scoring position. Fly ball, slicing foul, out of play down the left field line, and strike 2. Following Martinez will be Jake Smith at the top of the lineup. He's got a 3-hit game going. Two pitch, misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And chopped to the backstop. It stays 2-2. Interesting game. Again, the Batcats 4 in the first, 3 in the fourth, 6 in the fifth. They led 13-0. We're in run rule territory, but then the Rebels get 1 in the 6th, 5 in the 7th. And that forces us into the 9th inning. Two pitch popped up down the left field line, and the old seeing eye single will fall in. That's going to put runners at the corners. And I think they're going to, I heard pinch runner. And I think I caught the number. I believe that's Jordy Lopez. It's going to run at first for Martinez. He's in Western Oklahoma. And back to the top of the lineup to Jake Smith. 3 singles. 2 of them are infield singles. He is officially 3 for 5. Fastball, swing and a miss. When we do get to our post game, I'll have your unofficial final numbers. We'll pick our Club One Fitness Player of the Game and look at the upcoming schedule for the Batcats. Runner moving and a fly ball, shallow right center field, long run. Catches made by Pomeroy. And have to hold the runner at third. That'll be the second out of the inning. So you're 1 out away from a Batcat victory. It'll be Jalen Humbles. He is 0 for 5. Swing and a miss. That ball tailing away from him. Chopper to the backstop. On the count 0-2. Runners at the corners, 2 down, top of the 9th. 13-6 Batcats. 2-strike pitch, swing and a miss. And Owen Kaiser strikes out 2 in the final inning, and the Batcats tonight are going to win it 13-6. Improve their overall record to 14-8. And now they are 13-6 in the Jayhawk and sweep the Rebels 4 games to nothing this season. So again, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with your final numbers. Look at your schedule and your Club One Fitness Player of the Game. You're watching Great Bend Batcat Baseball. Welcome into our Batcat post-game report. 13-6, the Batcats defeat the Newton Rebels. The 13 runs came on 9 hits, 2 errors, and 8 left. Cooper Annan went 5 1/3, no runs on 5 hits. He struck out 8. He walked 3. 2/3 for Ryland Kahn, gave up 3 runs on 2 hits. He walked 3. 2 innings for Carson Boer, 3 runs on 4 hits. He walked 3, struck out 2. And Owen Kaiser pitches the 9th No runs on 2 hits. He struck out 2. The Rebels, 6 runs on 13 hits. 1 error. Here's the big number. Other than the hits, 14 runners stranded by Rebels tonight. They had their opportunities. Brody Farthing went 4, gave up 7 runs on 4 hits. He hit 2, he walked 4, he struck out 3, and Jeremy Bengesser also pitched 4. He gave up 6 runs on 5 hits. He hit 2, walked 4, and struck out 1. So we're going to have our player of the game. It was an interesting decision tonight, and he's on his way. He's a local product. And it's going to be Tony Moore tonight from Hoisington High School, now at Fort Hays State University. This will let him get the headphone on. Have him look right here and in here to the camera. First, Tony, congratulations on the victory. A good week for you guys.
Yeah, man, that was important for us. You know, we knew leading up to it was going to kind of be a test of if we can stay what's it called? Locked in.
Focus.
You know, yeah.
How about that?
When you face a team, you know, that might not meet to your standards, you know, those are the teams that can upset you real bad. So it's important that, you know, we put a hurting on them early and stay there. So we kind of let that last one get away from us, but, you know, it's good for us, I guess. Now we know.
Yeah. How hard was it? I mean, Coach talked about it. You went 22-6 last night to really lock back in. I mean, you get the 13-run lead. They score 6, make it interesting. But how hard was it preparing for this game?
You know, it's just kind of comes down to commitment. You know, staying focused, like I said, and you know, just next man up mentality, pushing the line for one another. So, you know, we rely on each other to, you know, push ourselves and keep us checked in. And I think we, towards the end of there, we kind of did a good job bringing ourselves back in and, you know, holding ourselves accountable for, you know, not staying locked in kind of towards the end. So, you know, I think we prepared pretty well.
It seems like the home runs kind of got contagious. You know, Carson started you early, and then Andrew's been struggling this summer. That had to feel good for him. But then you hit one there in the 4th, but you're on 4 out of 5 times tonight. Patient at bats. You got hit once, walked twice. I want to take you to hit by a pitch because that's a teammate of yours at Fort Hays State, Ben Gesser. What was the back and forth?
I was like, "Are you kidding me, dude?" No, it's. I was messing with him. He was smiling too, but that's just kind of how Jerm is. He's a funny guy, and he can kind of take that too. So he's one to take a joke. He's not one to get upset about something like that, and that's why, you know, he's a good teammate and everything. But yeah, you're right. You know, home runs have been really nice so far, and Carson's coming around really well too. He's adjusting to, you know, the pitching that we face in college level, and Drew's been smacking. He's been hitting the ball so hard, and it's hard to believe he's struggling because you see him in BP and he's launching balls out left and right and putting good balls. Hit balls in the playing field. It's just, you can't believe it, but you know, that's good to see him finally, you know, get one. I'm sure that's going to help him a lot.
Well, how did yours feel tonight? I mean, you had the bat flip and everything. That had to feel good.
Well, I got me a little juiced up when Drew got punched out on those 3 high balls, and I was like, well, you know, I got to let him know I'm here, I guess. So I went ahead and threw it up a little bit. It felt good. Man, I've been struggling a little bit myself, and so these last 2 games have been really helpful for me. So, you know, build my confidence. So it's, you know, I think we're going to come around real soon. So.
Oh, what's it like getting to play? You played over at Hoisington. I got to watch you mostly play football, but a little bit of basketball, being a multi-sport athlete. What's it like playing so close to home here in the summer?
It's awesome because, you know, coming back from college, there's so much unfamiliar area. Like, you know, you've spread your horizons so far, like meeting people from all over the United States and even outside of it. So coming back to you know, in the great, you know, Barton County, it's pretty awesome to kind of interact with those guys again and bring back what I kind of learned from college and you know, talk to those people. And you know, they're really humble people. You know, they keep you humble too. So I got a lot of friends that'll just be like, well, you think you're all this and that now, and I'm like, I'd really
yeah. So. Well, you go to a D2 out of high school at Fort Hays State. I think some people thought, well, you might have to settle in for 1 year. You hit 347 this spring, had a great year. What did your coach, when you had your kind of checkout meeting before you came home for summer, what did he say? Hey, Tony, I want you to work on this with the Batcats this summer. What was that?
Bunting for hits is a real big thing. So, it's really hard to defend a really good bunt down the line or, to a first baseman. And, trying to get quick and sneaky ones like that is a really important part of it. We said work on some arm strength. And, I haven't been doing too great in the field, obviously, but, it's a little bit of a clear shot going to turf all spring. So I'm still trying to adjust to it even, half a season in. So, but yeah, working some arm strength in. I wanted to personally work on some power. I wanted to hit a little for more power a little bit. And then, like stolen bases, more speed area. So, you just said go compete with everyone else, and just have fun doing it, which is, what everyone needs to do anyways. So.
Yeah, you're going to get into the dog days of summer. Do get a couple of days off due to the not able to play Manhattan. That didn't work out. And then you're going to get into the what we call the big boy. The Derbies and the Cannons and the Monarchs are coming up around.
That's going to be good for us. I'm excited. See pitching like that is really important for our development. So, we're lucky to be able to face guys like that. That have some good pitching, and that'll give us a better look. To maybe even like pursue something past baseball or surpass past college. So. It's really important to face those teams that, do have like D1 and, all these big prospects. And it's fun too to whoop on them when you got a bunch of JUCO dudes. So it's pretty nice.
All right, Tony, we'll let you go again. Congratulations on player of the game. Hopefully you'll have another one of those games and we'll get to do this again.
I hope so.
Appreciate it, Tony. Thank you.
No problem.
And that's Tony Moore. He's our Club One Fitness player of the game this evening. He has the solo homer, but draws a couple of walks, hit by a pitch, and scores a couple of runs tonight for the Batcats. So, again, let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. Again, the Batcats now with the 13-6 win, moved to 13-6 in conference play. And let's look. They're chasing the Monarchs. The Monarchs are now down in the top of the 7th at home, 8-4 to Derby. And they just moved to the top of the 7th. The Brigade 6, the Islanders 5. They're in the bottom of the 6th in Junction City. And then the Wildcats lead the Cannons 9-2 in the top of the 8th. So if you look at the standings, the Twins, if they hold on, would stay right behind the Batcats. They'd be 12-7. The Batcats are 13. This says 12-5. I've got them as 13-6 now. So that one of us is wrong. So big win tonight for the Batcats. And again, the Batcats upcoming schedule, they get a couple of days off. We're supposed to play Manhattan. That did not work out. So their next action will be at the Wildcats, doubleheader on Tuesday, at Liberal on Wednesday. And then our next home game will be Thursday, July 3rd. Great Bend Recreation Commission Community Night. Kids get to run the bases. And then it will be a big game. The Batcats taking on the Derby Twins. And we appreciate everybody watching tonight as the Batcats get 13 runs early and then hold on for the 13-6 win over the Newton Rebels. So again, join us back here Thursday night just before 7 for the Batcats and the Twins. But for tonight, saying goodnight here at Al Burns Memorial Field in Great Bend, I'm Scott Hogan. God bless. Have a great weekend.